Batman, Santa Claus, Silent Night, issue number 4. We have reached the end just in time for the holiday season to reach its end. When this comes out, it's after Christmas, which I guess if you did it like a week earlier, you could have had it out before Christmas, but who cares, you know? Get a present under the tree, and then you could get the next issue at your local comic book store the next day. So there you go, that's kind of cool. I'm having fun with this book. I've had nothing but fun with this book. This issue is just really cool. It's so unique, and I'm like, yeah, if they did more stuff like this all the time, I just think DC would have a lot more fun. But I say that they're in a good place right now. This book is just really cool. So, we're back in Greenland. We're fighting a bunch of like ogres and trolls and just weird creatures. Damian has been captured by Krampus. And you see Bruce trying to call out to him on an intercom, and Damian's trying to get a signal out, but he's just like recording everything that happens to him. He's trapped underground somewhere. It feels like it's like a gnome's hall or something. And he sees Krampus is like talking to like an evil spirit inside of himself. And the evil spirit is trying to be like, we should kill the boy. We must kill the boy. We cut back to the fight. It's not going well. Everyone's just kind of getting their asses stomped. We have to figure out a way to stop Superman, who's kind of got something trapped inside him as well. In order to do that, we're going to need Blue Beetle. So Blue Beetle is going to have to charge up some kryptonite radiation that he can make from his scarab. It's going to knock Superman down for the most part, but he could like freak out and destroy himself. But as he kind of like gets charged up, there's like some weird spirits that evaporate from within inside of him. You're like, oh, so he was possessed by spirits? Okay. Hey, Jaime, could you like charge like up Superman up with this like, you know, a teravolt burst? He's like, nah, my scarab is kind of down for the count. I ain't got anything that can fix him at this moment, but luckily the sun is shining until a big Yeti hits the side of a mountain and causes an avalanche over everybody. Like, yeah, I mean, what else are you going to do? And the Yeti is in the colors of the Yeti from the classic Rankin and Bass story. Of course it is. Like, it has to be. It has to have that iconic blue color to it. Why not? What else are we going to be doing? Except having fun that way. You know, we cut back to Damian and Krampus, and Damian's trying to convince the creature not to kill him, because of course he is, and he's like, oh right, Zatanna's book, I remember what she was talking about. I have to play the act of a child. So he starts crying. He's like, I want to go home. I miss my dad. Don't hurt me, please. I'll be good. I learned my lesson. And Krampus is like, oh my goodness, the kid learned his lesson. We can't kill him. He's okay. We can't kill him. The kid's okay, but the spirit inside him's like, no, we have to kill the boy. We must kill the child. Back at the avalanche, Diana manages to pull Dick out of the snow because the flying girls showed up, so they're kind of like getting everybody out. Superman is slowly starting to heal, where he reveals that he was in fact infected by a couple of spirits. Some weird spirits entered into his body. They are from the Phantom Zone, and when everything kind of went awry, that is also how the Krampus stuff got out and the spirits got out, and they kind of took over Krampus because they know nothing but hate. We don't even name them. You know, it's just like Krampus has been taken over by like an evil spirit that's in like a bad place. That's kind of cool. So the monsters are kind of like headed to the workshop to go destroy that, but Santa and Batman figured out we kind of know where Damian is. We can't really like get a fix, but he would be nearby. I just have to go to the trees and use the trees. So the Bat family, accompanied by Santa Claus, head to the trees, and because he's like an old woodsman, he's got his heart set on the trees. He could hear the cries of children through the trees. Don't ask me how that works. I don't care. We have to wrap the story up. It's all fine. It makes no difference to me. He hears Damian's like plea through a tree. He opens up a portal. They could head into the gnome hall and go battle the people that way. So Krampus trying to kill Damian. His family comes in to save him. The boy learns his lesson. That lesson alone manages to set the spirit free of Krampus. And he bursts out and returns to his thing. Kind of an easy wrap-up, but whatever. It doesn't redeem Krampus. In a way, he was under the manipulation of a being the whole time. He's kind of freaking out. He's like, where am I? Where's Krampus? Was I lost? This is scary. He finds his old friend. They're kind of back to a normal. It's fine. I like it. You know, like, the end of the day, it does become like the classic story of like your family saving you from Krampus. That works. You know, it's the Bat family. They're pulling Damian into safety. I like it. It's kind of fun. We see that the other heroes are defeating the evil forces that are at play. They manage to subdue them, and they're going to send them to a different planet now instead of imprisoning them. And now that Krampus is better, Santa Claus can go do Christmas time because it's Christmas time. So he's like, hey, Krampus, you want to come with me to do like a classic Christmas thing? And Krampus is like, I want nothing more. So they're getting ready to go. But before they can head off, Damian's like, okay, why do you do this? You know, you created the tradition. It still happens. Why do you still go out and do this? It's kind of a metaphor. It's like, why do the superheroes go out and do the thing they do? Batman's like, because he's driven. Because he needs to do it. You know, he can never stop seeing the children who needed the gift. And Diana's like, because he likes the hope. It looks like it's good out there. Always born wise. But it's Santa who's like, I want to hear why the big quiet one isn't saying anything. What do you think, Clark? Why do I do it? And Clark, of course, is like, because nothing feels better than giving. And it's like, ah ha ha, jingle jingle on the tap of the nose. Yeah. Damian's like, I don't know. Seems kind of fishy to me. And I don't forget what you wrote me, Damian, because Damian, when he was 5 years old, wrote a letter to Santa Claus asking for a satellite so he could track his enemies. And he's like, no, I never got it. And he's like, yeah, and you also never got a real childhood. So why don't we make up for it in some capacity, and you could come with me in Krampus, and you could do Christmas with us this year. He's like, what? He's like, yeah? I mean, I get to go with Santa Claus? Like, hell yeah, okay. His dad lets him go. Damian's going to be a helper this Christmas and head out there. That's pretty cool. So out they head. And the rest of the superheroes that were late to the party showed up, like Hal Jordan and the Flash and Aquaman. They all show up just in time to have a nice little supper at Santa's workshop. So then it's just like the Justice League, like having supper, having some snacks with like a snowman like waiter, and Peppermint Jack is there, and you're like, okay, Satan is okay too. I mean, that's a fun wrap-up to make it about, like, Damian learning a lesson of the true meaning of Christmas. That's hilarious. I actually unequivocally love that. Really funny and dumb. Just a fun little book, you know? You can wrap it under the tree for your family or your kid. It's really cute. It's really enjoyable. I had a great time. You know, Santa found out Krampus was just inhabited by spirits. That's pretty sick. So, Batman, Santa Claus, Silent Night, issue number 4. I am going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck, and happy holidays.